Okay, welcome. This is the follow-up video to a previous one from a student that I've been tutoring with, Nemo, who did this wonderful investigation of the word truce, in which he was trying to figure out how the word truce might be related to the word true. And what he did to share his thinking with me, he created this amazing chart that you saw in the other film. What I've done is I've taken his structure of his chart and made a blank one, and I just thought I'd make a short video to show you how it would work. So you would type your target word in here, just like Nemo. Here's a space to paste in information from that online. There's a hot link there, so you could just jump right there. So here you have a space for your word sum hypotheses. So you could type your first one hypothesis of a word sum here and the other one here. Of course, you might have more than two hypotheses, so you could make more tables or add two sheets, whatever. So you have your hypotheses here, and then here's your findings and observation questions about the structure test that you did here. And the key question is highlighted here. Do you have evidence for each morpheme in your word sum, and do the suffixing changes work? We saw that there was two issues with truce. We weren't convinced there was a CE suffix, and if there were, it would have had a problem with the suffixing change. So that's something to keep in mind. And as you can see, of course, if you use this chart, you would just, after you use this, you just paste in over this text and type what you want. Same thing over here. And then the meaning test. Your findings here, the key question here, of course, is does your hypothesized base share a root with the target word? So you have that information, then you put your conclusions based on current evidence for each hypothesis here. And here's a space for some additional notes like Nemo had. I've also put in here, if you're confident that you have evidence of a coherent word sum that passes the structure meaning test, then you might use the word searcher. Just click here to collect a bank of words, or so that you can make a matrix and you could use the mini matrix maker, the word microscope. But the idea of once you've established a word sum works, now you have the basis to make a larger family with a matrix and a word sum. So just great work by Nemo, not just investigating the word that he wanted to look at, but actually just coming up with a system, a structure to share his thinking. And as is usually the case, when you ask your questions in this kind of way, where you show all the line of thought that you took, the evidence you have, you make the word sums, you let the word sums tell you if your hypothesis doesn't hold up. It's just such a rich way of learning, and it's just being a good scientist, and that is clearly what Nemo is. So I'm going to post this up with Nemo's model at Real Spellers, and make this available both in Pages and Word, so you can download your own copy. This is really a draft, so you could find other ideas that you want to use on it. So obviously feel free to change it. But what would be wonderful is if people start using this, post what if you have a question, or if you have just a conclusion and you want to share it. It would be wonderful to start seeing people taking advantage of Nemo's great thinking there, and the rest of us can learn from your work too.